They're like, oh, I don't want to create that style of content because everyone's doing it, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, so don't. Just fucking do something else. Like, do something else, but, like, don't do anything. Like, even if you don't get massive amount of reach on your content, it's like, where are you tying this as, like, success to? Like, because most people are like, oh, I'm not getting enough reach on my post. It's like, okay, how much do you want?
Yeah.
If you're wanting 100k views on your post, and if you get it, like, what if a couple of more posts get 500k views? Then you're like, oh, I'm going to chase that now, and I want that.
And then the next is a million.
Not having an understanding that it's just this never-ending cycle.
Well, I'd also argue with people there's a difference between width versus depth.
Yes.
So you can get a video get a lot of views, but it doesn't make you any money, or but speaks to the right type of person. You can get a video that gets 1,000 views, but gets 1,000 the right views that can make you a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we don't get a lot of views on our YouTube channel, but like
the quality of views. You said
the other day, the biggest
sales. LTV client we've ever had came from YouTube.
And what's funny, TikTok versus YouTube, they're paying you more per view on YouTube, 4 times as much compared to TikTok, meaning that the view on YouTube is 4 times more important than the view on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'd say it's 1,000 times more valuable.
Yeah, legit. But like even like monetizing it, you'll get 4 times more on YouTube for the same views than you would on TikTok, which is quite interesting.
Is that on Shorts or is that on?
I think that's on Shorts, and yeah. I need to look into that, but that's kind of the figures we're looking at, which is kind of interesting. But even like, I'd love to hear both of your thoughts, but people say you need to do ads, which I think people should because it's predictable, but then it's like organic doesn't work because you need to do ads. That's kind of the framing of it.
Now, I'm not going to sound like Stephen Bartlett, but I know a lot of people coming onto our podcast and who are not subscribing but still enjoying the content. If I have one small ask from you, it's please hit the subscribe button. It'll help us a lot. But then ads won't work if you can't get organic to work because the principle of paid advertising is basically you're essentially just taking organic content and putting it on fucking steroids and just forcing traffic through it. So if your messaging is shit, it's still the ad is shit, it's still not going to do well.
Plus, it depends on what you're purposing the ads for. If you're sending them to like a VSL landing page or whatever, or are you taking them away from Instagram, or are you doing it as like a follower ad? Because the thing is, if you're doing a follower ad and you've pre-prepared that ad and it sounds great, looks fucking great, and then someone clicks on your page, it's like, this is dog shit content, boring content, then they're not going to click the follow button. So you're just basically wasting your money. And I think like there's levels to the game, and I think the trouble is everybody, because Instagram or social media in general is free for everybody to use, everybody assumes like they can do well at it. But it's like, if you're not putting in enough reps in the game and having an understanding of it, then that's where you're falling short. You just need to do more content, learn about content in general, and then if you get to a point where your content is like doing okay, then you can be like, okay, now I want to.
But like, you told me that as well, because I was kind of like just ads, and then you were like, actually no, like you actually told me a lot in terms of like reframing the way you think about that. Get both, because then they can both crush. But like I lost my train of thoughts, but what I was going to say is more like, I think it's actually never easier to create content now than ever. Like, think of it, I always say to my wife as well, I'm like, oh, coach is like, everything you're thinking of, any idea you've got is probably been done, like, and being done even better. So you don't need to think about what type, you're like, what's working well, and just put your own twist to it.
I can give the greatest example of this. Even I think I did it on our call on Tuesday. We went down the rabbit hole in AI, and it's literally, I was like, okay, I want to film a load of solo podcasts. So I went into Claude and I was like, plan me out, go on the internet, research the most viral podcast topics for my specific niche, the type of person who listens to my platform. Once you've done this, then go to my Notion board, put the title, put all the notes of what I should talk about, and then fill it all in for me. And I went to play tennis and I came back and then it's all done.
Yeah.
And then there was like more fucking podcasts than we could film. I think we filmed like 6 or something.
Yeah.
There was like 20.
Yeah.
But I didn't do anything. I just literally like put a good prompt in, asked a good question, and then it did the rest for me, and then just could execute on it.
There you go. But like, it's so much easier for output now. A lot of it, it's like you put a little bit more in and you get so much more out. But like, a lot of people, I think we hear it a lot, is that I hate content, I'm not getting views, it's not working for me, and then they kind of just give up at some point.
But from your experience though, from the conversations you've had with people that have said that, like, where are they at in their business, or where are they at?
That'll all be beginners who say that.
I say both, to be fair. Yeah, it's people that have been doing it for a long time, and then it used to be easy, now it's not, they have to put so much more for the same.
But then I would disagree, because I think some things are still really easy to get views. Like that green screen thing as an example, or like the gamification stuff you're doing is like, that's not fucking hard
at all.
Yeah.
It's just like, I think the conversation, beginners, there's a whole conversation about it's harder now than ever to get in the industry. What do you guys think of that?
I would disagree. I look at that. I disagree. I'd look at that two different ways. So one is, I'd say it's maybe harder 10 years ago in the fact that no one knew what the fuck they were doing and just. I'll look at two examples. I said this earlier. So we have like the social media revolution, right? We have the AI revolution that's happening right now. All I talk about right now, I think about is fucking AI. I'm like, where is this going? Like, what's this going to look like? No one fucking knows.
Yeah.
That was kind of like social media was 10 years ago. No one fucking knows what this looked like. But like in 5-10 years time, if you had the knowledge you had of how that's going to evolve and you could apply that now and how it's going to map out, you'd crush.
Yeah, you're too.
Problem is no one knows what that's going to look like yet. So we're trying to figure that out, and people were trying to figure this out 10 years ago. People have already figured this out, like me and you and everyone else. So like, it's easier actually if you come in, if you're the right person and your right plan, you can just fucking do what you're told to do.
Yeah.
Because there's like proven processes to do it. Whereas if you compare it to AI right now, it's like there isn't a proven process to do it because we're just literally fucking throwing shit against the wall and building this stuff out right now.
Fucking around and finding out.
Yeah. As I'm building fucking AI dashboards before we did this podcast.
Yeah. You do have to kind of like rein it in. And I would say to everybody, if you haven't got a baseline understanding of AI and its capabilities, then I would at least go and start researching it and figuring out certain things that you can do with it. But still, like, you need to. It's more important to pay attention on the things that are more important. Especially if you've got a business and you're trying to build a business, like that plays like the key role. And then it's kind of like how I see it is, you know how you used to be an estate agent and be a fitness like entrepreneur on the side. It's kind of like it's the same thing now. Now you run a business, but now you're a fucking AI fucking nerd on the side, and it's like, where are you going to spend? How much time are you going to put into it?
That's a great example. That's like my fucking side hustle. Like night, I'm sitting outside fucking 11 p.m. and fucking Claude Code, like trying to figure shit out. But and the same thing, I wake up in the morning, I'm running fucking Claude, like trying to fucking code stuff. So it's like, because then I have to do all the other shit in the day.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably a very good analogy to compare it.
Because if you're not willing to put in the work, then it's like people are going to be like, there's people out there that like can run 3 fucking jobs at the same time. So, and those are the people that are going to fucking dominate.
Agreed. But the thing with content is kind of like, it's when you see like the best marketers, they're not doing lots of new things, they're just kind of continuing what's worked.
Well, they're improving iterations of a proven process.
Yeah, exactly. So like it gets easier, I reckon, at some point.
I think it does get easier, but then you're always I think you're always chasing, because even if you just like look at people that do tend to crush it on social media, what they do is they'll follow a similar process where and this is something that I suggest to everybody, if you find someone who you like resonate with and they got great views on their posts, just scroll back all the way back until you get to a point where their view count wasn't great. You will find maybe about 5 or 6 reels that all of a sudden like popped off, and then if they are successful in what they do, they will always like move towards that more. And then they'll continue to do more of it, and then more. A good example of this guy is a guy called Noah. I've spoken about him on the content calls before. He used to do basic fitness content where he was in the gym and he would just do this to train your biceps, do this to train your back. And then all of a sudden he started putting out a couple of recipe videos, and they started getting like 50k views, 80k views. And then he was just like, fuck it, I'm going all in on this. And then he took his production to the next level. All he does now is just recipe content, and he gets like millions of fucking views. So it's like, you need to, in the beginning stages, test with as much as possible, but collect the data on it, and then once you find stuff that's slowly going up, then just move more towards that. But a lot of people don't do that. Like I said before, a lot of people just want to jump between trends or doing this or doing that because they see someone else in the industry doing it and they think, oh, that's what I need to do.
That's why it's like the blind following the blind. Because also, like, if anyone listening to this, I would say I know probably most of the biggest fitness coaches in the industry, and I know a lot of people who've got very big followings who don't make any money.
Yeah.
Because they might be able to get traffic, but like maybe the traffic are the wrong people, and that's where not all views are created equal as well.
Yeah, they're not, but this is the biggest debate that you'll have.
But I'm going to argue with what I said. You also need to focus on top of funnel traffic. Because there's multiple processes in there.
There's a reason why fucking McDonald's advertises on TV still. Like, there's a reason why big brands spend hundreds of thousands of millions of fucking dollars to advertise their products and their brands to the masses
on billboards and stuff.
It's because they know that it's a fucking ratio game. If I put a reel out and it gets 1,000 views, or if I put a reel out and I get a fucking 1,000,000 views, like, what would you prefer? Because some people will say, oh yeah, but you know, like the percentage of like who, if you get 1,000,000 views, like they're not going to be the type of people you're speaking to.
I think it depends. Actually, I'd argue that it depends on the type of content. So, for example, if it was something that's like very joking, stupid humor shit, and you're trying to sell something that's very high level, I don't think that's necessarily going to correlate, if that makes sense.
But here's the thing. This is the thing that people need to understand. If you put a post out and it gets 1,000 views, a percentage of those 1,000 views are going to be from people who already follow you. If you put a post out and you get 1,000,000 views, a percentage of that 1,000,000 views are people who already follow you. So even if, with how the algorithm works, if I put out a post and it gets 1,000,000 views, how many of my already followers that are already warm to that piece of content are going to see that, along as with the other fucking 999 fucking thousand people? So you're still hitting your ideal client or the people who are following you, but you're also opening up the fucking door to bring in loads more. I would rather 1,000,000 views on a post than anyone who says that they don't want reach is retarded.
Well, yeah,
in my opinion.
Even that's why I was happy. I don't think I shared this, but if you look on our account, we have 73% more accounts reached in the last 30 days.
Yeah, and what was that one reel that we put out on trial reels?
Yeah,
and then you go through the analytics and it's like fitness coach. But
it's got nothing to do with fucking business stuff. It was about peptides.
Yeah.
But that's also where it's important for people to understand. It's like, it's that Sam talks about the core casual new audience.
Yeah.
If you make something that's even not, like for us, we want to get fitness coaches or business people to follow me. It's not business content, but what are like high level business people interested in, and fitness people?
Yeah.
Peptides.
Exactly.
I went to this event on Tuesday. Guy came up to me. I was like, I've been watching your content, and people asking me about fucking peptides because we made these reels about it.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking dude, like. Yeah. So I just thought that was interesting, and these are like really wealthy, successful people asking about peptide shit because they see me talking about it.
Yeah.
So I think that would be a good example in terms of not just diversifying kind of what we're talking about. We obviously with Sonny Webster yesterday, same thing I was saying to him about like, dude, you're like, he's fucking sick at golf. It's like, I talk about that as well as your Olympic weightlifting.
Yeah.
Because you'll pull those people in.
Yeah. I think people just get so locked into this, I need to
pigeonhole, speak
to my ideal client every single post, or like I need to create a post that's going to go viral. They're like, it's not just one way or the
well, there's no rules to the game, do it.
Like,
just fucking send it.
And you get the thing is, you get unlimited fucking goes. And yet people were like bitching and moaning about it.
And it's free.
You're getting free. I think James Smith said it. It's like being in a casino and just getting a bunch of free fucking coins going on the slot machine. Like one of them you're going to fucking cash out. So it's like, why are you sitting back and procrastinating? Oh, should I post this? Should I post that? No, just do more of what you're doing. But don't just do more and then collect the data on it, see what works, and then move towards what works.
So I think the biggest opportunity that people are missing out right now is your ability to use Manus AI to be able to do this with carousels. Yeah. To be able to do content carousels, graphic carousels to generate leads. So like obviously we shared this on the call to our clients in the week, but like I showed you another one I just made earlier of literally, I just took one of that Claude AI carousel, uploaded it, took a screenshot of what I wanted to look like, remake this carousel, rewrite the copy for me, and then post it.
Yeah.
Like I did nothing.
That's literally it. Yeah.
Like literally took me 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's very simple, and also I think people who are leveraging these tools to begin with will reap the rewards.
Yeah. People that don't want to invest the time and the effort into that kind of AI. It's harsh to say it, and it's harsh to say this, right? But and I got reminded of it the other day when we had the company-wide call meeting, and Aidan was on the call, and he was saying about how you shouldn't be fearful that you're going to lose your job, but you should be adopting it. And I'm like, no, you should actually.
Well, to be honest with you, I've been subtly trying to be like
you're going to lose your job if you don't fucking.
If you don't learn,
if you don't adopt it.
But that's what I said. I think I said in one of the other meetings. I was like, if you don't learn how to use this, like it will replace you, or I'll find someone who can use it and replace you. Because like it's not an optional thing, and like you need to go and do this in your own time.
Yeah.
It's like learning to read.
Yeah.
Like it's learning to read, learning to add up. Like this is like a fundamental skill you have to have.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't work for me or anymore for us, like wherever you go, you're going to need to be able to do this.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
Like, I'll give a good example. I think Kamudu, the housekeeper lady, she was asking me about laptops in her kid's school, and I was like, to be honest, she doesn't really fucking know anything. She just needs to learn how to use AI really well.
Yeah, that's it. If I had a kid like a kid who was like,
I got a video on my phone.
That's what I'd be doing.
I got a video on my phone of like me with Carton, I'm clawing code and being like,
get a fucking learning quick.
Get on trials.
yeah. Actually, that's not a bad idea. There you go. There's a viral post. We'll put that afterwards.
Exactly.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
Teaching my 6-month-old baby how to fucking code.
Yeah.
In training.
It's true though, right? Because that's the game, and also it's like with where AI is going. I'll give 2 things I said. This is one is like the ability to retain information is now worthless. Like no one cares. Is your ability to process information, make decisions, and ask questions and see opportunities.
Yeah.
And then that is really what the game is now.
Yeah. So it's the attention age. It's not the information age. Information is just you can get it at a blink of a fucking eye. But
I would even argue that's the attention and automation age.
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
Because you can literally almost automate the attention now. And that's why I'm trying to build up this fucking team of AI agents. Because I know, for example, like that carousel thing we talked about, if we get that to do it autonomously and no one has to be involved, which I think we can do, you can post like you can just create new accounts, you can post like fucking 10 a day.
Yeah.
Like you just dominate.
Yeah. I think the what can be done is there is no limits to it at the moment. And for people that are, again, sitting on the fence whether or not they should be integrating these types of things, you're going to get left behind. I don't want it to sound fear-mongering, but...
Well, no, but it is.
It's true.
It's faster now. The last 2 months, like we were speaking about earlier, it's been like the first.
What advice, then, would you give someone who maybe sitting at home now, maybe they're a fitness coach and they're putting out some content, it's getting pretty decent reach, they're trying to build their business, but they keep hearing about AI and they should be integrating AI. What are some of the fundamental steps that you think that they should be taking right now to integrate it all, to learn about it?
Short-term, long-term?
Both, maybe.
Okay, so short-term, I'd say watch our YouTube channel, the other one, not this one. Get around smart people who actually know what they're doing, because it'll save you a fuckload of time. B would just take messy action and kind of play with it and take ownership of trying to learn it. And I'd probably say C is probably just dedicate some time every single day to it.
Yeah.
If I was to say what's going to happen longer term, I think everyone will have their own AI agent team that will help them run their business. You already see now there's the first company that got launched, got a valuation sold for over $1 billion run by one person and his brother, which is fucking wild. And there's going to be more unicorn businesses like that. But what that is then going to allow you to do from an AI perspective, in my opinion, is that fitness coaches will then start to build their own tech into their businesses to help their clients using these softwares, which is then the coach's role is then going to be more accountability. It's no longer like write me a nutrition program. Yeah, it's managing that person using tech tools almost.
Yeah,
is my perspective.
Yeah, I agree. Even with the like progression of science and like health and fitness in general, and integrating things like Whoop bands and Aura rings and trackers, there's only going to get a point where it's like, I can't remember who said it, but I can't remember who it was where I heard it, but someone.
Now, if you enjoyed this clip and you're a coach, creator, or a business owner and you want help in terms of how to scale your business using ads, AI, content, marketing, a lot of things we talk about on the show, then hit the link at the top line of our description in the YouTube video. You can book on a call with us and we'll walk through the whole process, audit your business, and show you where there's huge, huge opportunities for you to scale.